guys, it's Debbie, and I'm back to, I'm going to do another poured painting, the ones I call very addicting, in which they are, to do these little paintings. So, anyways, I've mixed up my paints, and I have several different colors picked up because I seem to not know what color I'm going to do until the last minute as I'm pouring it into the cup, and it depends to me what it looks kind of good and what I'm going to add. Anyway, sometimes I'll decide I'm going to put more of one color in than another color. Also, the last couple of poured paintings I did, I had a couple of different effects that may have happened no matter what I did, but I'm going to try that again. I think I mentioned that I had used some old airbrush paints, and they're rather thin, so I'm not too sure if it's just using a thinner paint with the thicker paints, but I'll bring you down. Well, let me bring you down and show you what I got going on here. I can get you down. I'd have to take you down a little farther. Let's see. How are we doing there? Okay, I'll move you over some. But I wanted to show you this. If you can look in, if you can see in there, there are like little black lines around the majority of those cells. You can see it more predominant over here. But, and the only black I used was the airbrush black. So what I'm thinking is it's either the thinness that causes the black to kind of spread out, but it's just kind of amazing how it just didn't make a mess, and it just kind of coagulated around these different cells. So I am going to do that again, and on a different video, maybe in a few days, because I've already got the stuff mixed up, I'll do one with a plain black paint, just thinner. But in the meantime, I'm going to use the I'm trying to use up, look at this. This is a container of old airbrush paints. Most of them are Createx, but I have a few different kinds from years ago. So, anyways, I want to use these up. So, and they're very thin. You don't have to do any mixing. Just kind of pour them in there, and if you want to add silicone to them, you can. So, whoops, there we go, we bumped that. Anyways, most of my paints are kind of ready to go, but I think they need an extra little stir. So, apologize for that. So we're here. They've been sitting for a few minutes. I'll show you how mine are kind of like Pepto-Bismol thick. I did put a little silicone in some of these, not the, I didn't do any of the airbrush paints. They're just like they come out of there. But because I did put a little bit in this, but I'm kind of to this point where I feel like I get an awful lot of cells. I had to water down this white. See, it's kind of, mine is it's kind of thick. And I did put water in there. I almost feel like it needs another squirt of water. I think I'll grab my water real quick. Don't get me wrong, it works. It works thicker like this, as long as they're mixed up pretty nice. So that's and you should always make sure you very important to mix them up really good. So I've spent a lot of time mixing before I started recording. I usually try not to do any of this while I am on film because I feel it's kind of boring to watch, but I just got two more to give a quick stir to. I took mixed them all up, and then ended up doing a few other things before we started. So, well, actually I mixed these up and then I did the airbrush ones. See, mine are pretty thick, but I am getting so many cells that I'm getting And if it's a bigger painting, you want a little less going on. So let's get that out of the way so I don't get paint all over it. I'm okay. I'm going to do another 8x10. And got paint on my hands already. And I need a pour cup. This looks like an old dry pour cup. Alright. I'm wondering if I should take you down a little lower. Oops, sorry about that. That might be better for you. Just trying to make sure I get you lined up pretty good there. Alright. Sorry about that. I hate having it too. Okay, anyways, we're good enough, right? I hope. Alright, I always like to start with a little white. It's not important. I don't know why I do that. I'm sure 6 months down the road, if I still am doing these, I'll be starting with something else. I guess today I'm going to go with the blues. And, okay, this blue here, this one is an airbrush one. So I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I'll be able to tell the difference between the deeper blue and that when it gets all mixed up. But I'm kind of wondering if it'll maybe form around some of the cells like some of the black did. So, okay. Now I want to tell you, I am trying to use up all my paints. And this is just one of those cheaper, I don't have it here. Moved it across the room. It's just one of those cheap, they come in a container, it looks kind of like this. And it was pretty thick because some of the stuff is older. So we'll see how this purple goes. I put a lot of water in there. Kind of sounded kind of interesting. So, and I think I mentioned before, the silver, this Martha Stewart silver, I about got it used up, so I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to be mixing my own pretty soon, but we're going to put some of that in there. I kind of think you got to add a pretty good clump, big, you know, a little bit, at least quite a bit of this in there, like I just did, because if you don't add enough, it kind of spreads out too thin. So you don't really want that to happen. So we got a lot of purples and blue going, so I'm feeling pink. And this kind of teal. This is a little bit of the thicker one. Okay, the other blues were deeper blues. Now we got a little teal going on in there. I'm afraid it's getting pretty dark, so I'm going to add some more white. And this white is thicker. I wish it was a little thinner. Okay, that's probably about enough. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get all these guys out of the way. Because let me tell you, I'm pretty good at bumping them over. Alright. This might be a little less than what I normally do. That should be in plenty. Okay. There we go. Just trying to get it to cover a little bit of the whole picture. You know what? Hopefully, maybe we can... I hate to lose that white. So you know what I'm going to do? Because I kind of feel like it's boring. FYI. In case you didn't pick up on that. I am going to mix in... I don't know what now. I think I'm going to pour a little white on here. Boy. But I'm going to definitely thin it down before I put it in there. If you do use a spray bottle, it doesn't add a whole lot at one time. So, You know what? We could put it in a cup and do it. Let's put it in this cup. Put it in our pour cup. Ooh. And I liked that pink though. Okay, here we go. You can see what I'm saying. It doesn't have a lot of, it's boring. It's boring. Oh, usually if I don't add a lot of colors, give it a little bit of a mix, right? Okay, so let's see what we can do now. Maybe if we do a little rippling like that. Let's see what now we have stuff going on the edges, but kind of feel the middle needs something. Oh, Lordy. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want to do, well, I could do that, a little bit of this in the middle. And then put a little bit of the pink in there. Sometimes this will happen, it'll mix, you know, you never know what you're going to get. It's the thing with this. You never know. Okay, so now I'm a little happier with it, but not completely. I'm hoping as I move it around, something will happen that I feel like I'm kind of happy with. You know, you've seen me do this on other pictures. I'm not happy, I have to add stuff until I am. The bigger you get with these canvases, the more you have to fiddle with them a little bit. And so I like that teal over there. I don't really want to lose that. The question is, what do you want to do next? I'm just moving until I feel real happy with it. Look at what's all the little cells that are coming up right over here. Very interesting. Well, I definitely don't want to lose. I like this part, and there are things I like. You see more pink showing up in there now. Alright. I'm kind of feeling that, let's see if, excuse me, I'm going to have to go across the room and get the paper towels because I left them clear over there. Just 1 second. And I think I'll hit it with the heat gun. I'll get the heat gun going while I'm grabbing those. Doing this painting, you need lots and lots of paper towels. Lots and lots and lots. Anyways, I do. Maybe I put more paint on there than I should. Okay, let's see if we can get anything happening here. Now, as I told you, these paintings continue to change for several hours after you get done, especially when they're this wet. Okay, I don't see a whole lot going. You know what I want to do, just for an experiment. Let's Oh, they're coming right here, see? They're coming now. I'm just curious. I'm going to see if the torch will make a bigger change. I can find where I put my torch. Okay. I just want to hit it in here. It really doesn't need it, because sometimes, oh, get the cup out of the way. I use a pretty big torch usually. Okay. I didn't feel it made a difference, but I thought it was worth checking. I don't see anything, so turn that off. Okay, we're going to let it change on its own. And we'll continue the change for the next few hours. Anyways, I'm kind of done with it. I am hoping that maybe there'll be a little something that happens in there, but it may not. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't need tons of stuff going on. Your eye does need a place to rest. Anyways, I want to tell you thank you for stopping by and watching again. And we'll see you back later. Bye.